Hey everyone, this is Vikas for Skyline Motions, and in today's video I'm gonna show you guys how to create this type of clean text animation by using BlackMagic Fusion. So let's have a look and get started. Alright, so first of all we have to take a new composition, so go to File menu and click on New and take a new composition, and go to File menu again and click on this Preferences, and here is Frame Format. So set this composition 1920 into 1080 and 30 frames per second and click on Save. Okay, now we have to import an image file, so go to Folder and this is our image. You can download this from pixabay.com and I have given a link in the description, so download this and drag and drop to the flow window. Alright, now drag this image to the viewer and click on this window layout 1 for single view and click on this fit button and increase the size of this preview window. Now right click on this flow window and go to arrange tool and check this box to turn on the grid snap. Okay, now let's rename it, so press F2 on the keyboard to rename and rename it to image and hit enter. Okay, now select this image and press Ctrl plus spacebar for search box and search for crop node. So this is our crop node, click on OK and drag this crop to the viewer. Okay, now select this crop and set this Y offset something like that, and select this crop node and press Ctrl plus spacebar again and search for color corrector. So this is a color corrector node, click on OK and drag this color corrector to the viewer. Go to properties and here is master saturation, so set this saturation value 0 and set this master RGB lift. So set this value something like minus 0.4 and hit enter. Alright, so it's looking something like that. Okay, now select this color corrector and click on this accept button and add a transform node. Okay, and drag this transform to the viewer, and now we have to set this composition 180 frame long, so put the value 180 which is equal to 6 seconds and hit enter. Okay, now select this transform and go to frame number 180 and go to properties and here is size, so right click on this, click on animate and go to frame number 0 and set this size value something like 1.2 and hit enter. Okay, so it's looking something like that. Okay, now we have to import a light leak effect, so go to folder and this is a light leak effect. You can download this from link given in the description, so download this and drag and drop to the flow window, and let's merge this light leak with this image. So take a merge node and connect this yellow point to this transform and green point to this light leak and drag this merge one to the viewer, and now let's arrange this. Okay, now select this merge one and go to properties and here is apply mode, so change this normal to screen and set this blend value something like 0.8 and hit enter. Okay, so it's looking something like that. Alright, now we have to create a text node, so drag it something like this and take a text plus node. So click on this text plus button and type a text whatever you want to type. So I'm typing clean text and drag this text one to the viewer. Okay, now change this font style to Century Gothic. So this is a Century Gothic font style. Click on this and set this bold to regular. Okay, now select this text and set the size of this something like 0.15. okay, it's good. And now we have to create a matte node, so click on this BG button and add a background node. So right click and click on rename and rename it to matte. Okay, now let's merge this, so take a merge node and connect this yellow point to this matte and green point to this text and drag this merge to the viewer. Okay, now select this matte and take a rectangular mask, click on this and take a rectangular mask and set this mask according to the text something like that, and select this merge and go to properties, and here is operator option, so change this over to in. Okay, now select all these nodes, press Ctrl C to copy and paste it over here by pressing Ctrl V. Okay, now drag this merge to, okay, and select this text and change this text to animation. Okay, and set this regular to bold. Alright, now let's merge these text, so place it over here and take a merge node, so click on this merge button and add a merge node and connect this yellow point to this and green point to this, and hold Alt and create a junction, something like that, and drag this merge 3 to the viewer. Alright, now let's set this, so select this text and drag it over here, and now select this rectangle and drag it like this. Okay, now click on this high quality button and turn off this auto proxy. Okay, now let's create a box, so click on this BG button and add a background node and rename it to box. Okay, now select this box and press Ctrl plus a spacebar for search box and search for paint node. So this is our paint node, click on OK and drag this paint to the viewer and click on this button here and right click on this, go to polyline stroke, polyline, and here is create option, so create a rectangle and click on OK. So it's looking something like that. So go to properties of this paint node and here is brush control, so expand this and click on this option here and set the size something like 0.01. Okay, and pick a color something like yellow and click on OK. Select this box background node and set this alpha 0. Okay, now let's merge this. So take a merge node, place it over here and connect this yellow point to this and green point to this and drag this merge 4 to the viewer. Okay, now select this paint node and select these two control points and press shift and arrow key and set this something like that, and select these two control point also and set this according to the text. Okay, now select these two control points and hold shift and arrow key and move it something like that. Select this one and move it. Okay, now set the thickness of this stroke, so go to brush control and set this thickness something like 0.005. Okay, it's looking nice. And now select this merge 4 and click on this accept button and add a transform node after this merge 4 and drag this transform to the viewer. Alright, now let's merge this text with this background. Okay, now press Ctrl and scroll down for zoom out. Okay, now select all these node, place it over here. Okay, now take a merge node, so click on this merge button and add a merge node and connect this green point to this transform and yellow point to this merge 1. Okay, and press Alt on the keyboard and create a junction by clicking on this connection and drag it something like that, and drag this merge 5 to the viewer. So it's looking something like that. Now go to preview window and right click on this, go to guide option and check this show guide. Okay, and select this transform and set this text in center. Alright, and you can also set the size. 1.1 should be good. Okay, now we have to animate the text, so turn off this guide. So right click on this, go to guide and uncheck this show guide. Okay, now let's animate this. So go to frame number 120. Okay, and select this text, go to properties, and here is layout tab, so click on this. Here is center, so right click on this center and click on animate and set this text, this one, and go to layout tab. Here is center, so right click on this also, click on animate and go to frame number 0 and select this text and drag this over here and select this text and drag it something like that. Okay, now let's animate this stroke. So select this paint 1 and go to properties and expand this stroke control, and here is a right on end, so go to frame number approx 90 and right click on this, click on animate and go to frame number 0 and set this value 0. Okay, so it's looking something like that. Now let's smooth this animation, so go to spline window, press F4 to full screen and check this text 1 and click on this button here and select this keyframe, press S to smooth, hold this handle and make the curve something like that. Okay, now check this text 1 and click on this 1 button and click on this fit button, select this keyframe, press S to smooth, hold this handle and make the curve something like that. Okay, now check this paint and click on this option here, select this keyframe, press S to smooth and hold this handle and make this curve something like that. Okay, it's done, so press F4 to exit and go to flow window, and now let's check this animation. Okay, so it's looking nice. Okay, now we have to create an aspect ratio, so take a background node, so click on this BG button and add a background node and press F2 to rename it to black and hit enter. Okay, now select this black node and click on this rectangle mask and add a rectangle mask and create a mask something like that. Okay, and select this rectangle and go to properties and check this box invert. Okay, now let's merge this, so place it over here and take a merge node and connect this yellow point to this merge 5 and green point to this black and drag this merge 6 to the viewer. Okay, so it's looking something like that. So this is our final node, so press F2 to rename it to final and hit enter. So now it's done, and let's check this animation. Alright, so it's looking awesome, and that's all for this tutorial. I hope you like it, so I will see you next tutorial. Till then, bye bye.